Alright, here's a first look at Pixlr.com. We are currently looking at the editor. We will be using this a lot in our class in order to manipulate images to create our different projects. So, what you're currently looking at is our opening screen. You'll notice that we have several options listed here. We can create new images from scratch. We can open images that we already have saved to our computer. And the last one that we'll probably use maybe the most is opening images directly from their URL, which is their web address on the internet. Below here you have a couple more options. If you have pictures located somewhere else on the internet, for instance, you can go and find them. That's up to you. You can also use on your mobile device, also up to you. These will be the ones that we work with the most. Now, I'm going to design a football helmet for Freehold Township in the next 5 minutes, just to give you a couple of tips and tricks about the tools that we have. I'm going to do this by opening up different images from our URL and then putting them together. Okay, so let's go. You're going to use the HTTP web address in order to import your image. Now, I've already gone and searched our township logo. I will be copying and pasting this into this location in order to pull up the picture in Pixlr. And there it is. Okay. I make this a little bit bigger so I can see it, and I will zoom in. But we have our basic FT. Now, you can see it's in our colors. It's a little blocky. We're going to manipulate this just enough so that we can take it apart and put it onto a helmet, and we will actually lose all of this space behind it. Okay. A couple of things that you're looking at now. This is your main interface. This is your main page. On the left-hand side here, you have your tools column. Everything from crop to our move tool. I'm going to show you how to use the magic wand tool. You can also paint bucket like in your normal Microsoft Paint, among other things which I will teach you later on. On your right-hand side here, you see our navigator. This will allow me to zoom in and out of my image. It'll also, once I'm zoomed in, you'll notice that I can find my space on my image. Now I want to make this just big enough so that I can see the whole thing. Below that we have our layers. If you picture an image in this piece of software as a piece of paper and you add a layer on top of it, it's like putting another piece of paper on top of that. And when you manipulate these layers, you're able to do different things. Now, right now, this is our background. It's our main layer. It's also locked. You can see this little lock key here. I want to double click that in order to unlock my layer. This will now let me make changes to this layer. And on the bottom here, it keeps track of my history. So I've opened the image at this point. I want to remove the background from this image. I'm going to use the magic wand tool to select the blue. And now I'm just going to hit the delete button on my keyboard and it'll take it out. And I can do that all the way around my image. And you can see it showing up here in my history. Now, what I've done is cut this out. These checkerboards that you notice in the background now represent a clear image. Okay, a clear image meaning if I were to copy and paste this entire thing over to something else, all I'm going to get is the F and the T. Now, it's a little rough around the edges. I would normally take the time to clean that up. For today's demonstration, I won't. Now, I'm going to put this on a football helmet. So let me come back to File. I need to open up another URL. I have another image waiting. Again, same process. Here's my football helmet. I will copy and paste the URL into this box. I should end up in my football helmet. You'll notice this one already has the transparent background. The reason being is a PNG file, which is a file format that allows it to be see-through. Whereas with the original file we worked with a JPEG, a JPEG. Even if there was nothing in the background there, you would still have a white box surrounding the subject of your image. We like PNGs, they're easy. So I'm going to come back here. Now I have two options. I can either use my shortcut Control A, or I can come to Edit and select all. What you'll notice is this dotted line surrounding my image That means I've selected everything in the image. Again, I can use my shortcut Control-C, or just come up here, Edit Copy. I'm going to copy it, bring it over to my helmet. I'm going to paste it, and there it is. And with my Move tool, I'll be able to move it around. So there's a new helmet with our logo on top of it. It's not bad. I want to do a couple of funky things to make it better. I think my FT is a little small. I'm going to use something called Free Transform in order to handle that. Again, if I'm in my Move tool, I can come up to Edit, Free Transform, and it will allow me to resize my image. What's also nice about this is that I can now rotate the image as well. I think there looks pretty good. Click outside, apply my changes, yes. And now I have a larger FT on my helmet. The gray background's pretty boring to me, so I'm going to show you how to overlay an image onto your helmet. Once again, we are going to open a new image URL. I have an American flag waiting for us. We will copy that. We'll come back, we will paste it in, and open it up. I'm going to use my shortcut Control-A, will allow me to select all. My shortcut Control-C will allow me to copy, and I'll come back here, shortcut Control-V will paste. Now you'll notice the flag is huge. That's due to my image size. Okay, I have a couple options here. The first and most likely one will be to free transform and then just shrink this down. And there's my flag, and then I can expand it a little bit and make it large again. Something like that. Yes. But you're going to say, hey, where's the helmet? You've got this flag on top of it. I don't see any football. I can actually hide layers if I choose to using these check marks in my layers category. I can even move things around. Like for instance, I could put my FT on. I could put my FT on top of my flag. Now I have my helmet on the bottom level, and you can even see it. I have it outlined here on the page. I'm actually going to select my helmet. Now I'm selecting this layer even though I may see higher layers. But what I want to do is erase all of this flag that is not on my main helmet. Okay, I'm going to come up to my layer 2, which happens to have my flag. I'm going to go to Edit, Invert Selection. What this has done is select everything outside of that initial helmet layer. If I hit delete, we'll take that off. I will deselect all, and now I've got an American flag helmet with the Freehold Township FT on it. Pretty sweet. We have a couple of options here. We can change opacity, go a little darker. We can change the way that we layer it on our helmets. I happen to like overlay a lot. Screen, little light. In this case, we'll keep it rich. We'll leave it with the normal. That's the introduction to helmets. Let me know what you think. These are a couple of skills: using your magic wand, your Move tool, working with layers, and designing a helmet. Practice, see what you think.